Hi, this is part 2 of my reading for the year wrap up. This is the one where I look back on my book of the year, the books that I've chosen, because every month I choose a book of the month, looking back at those 12 and deciding which is my book of the year. So in June, where does the year start in June? So my first book of the year, first book of the month, I'm rambling, aren't I? January, this was my book of January, Natalie Haynes' Stone Blind, this gorgeous edition that I was given for Christmas last year. And this one, I absolutely love this one. And I like the humour, the story of Medusa, everything about it. So that was my book in January. In February, my book of February was Benjamin Myers Cuddy. I absolutely adored this one. I loved the different narrative styles. I loved the story of Durham, the cathedral. I went to see Durham. I had to go back. After reading this, I persuaded my husband, we've got to get on a train and have a weekend in Durham, which we did. And yes, I love this one. I love the stories and the nature writing. We have sort of from the monks to present day. Super. March, my book of March was, when I get to it, was Homesick by Jennifer Croft. I don't have a physical copy of this one. This was longlisted for this year's Women's Prize for Fiction, and it's a first-person narrative about Amy and Zoe, the two sisters, and there's so much emotion in this one. And you've got homesick, the sort of home and sick and homesick. You've got all the references to that word, and that was an emotional read. April, what did I have in April? Demon Copperhead, Barbara Kingsolver. Another Women's Prize for Fiction long list, and absolutely gorgeous. A super book, almost an acknowledgement of Charles Dickens' David Copperfield, and it shows the poverty, again like Dickens does, the poverty and the way it affects children. But this also goes further with the opioid epidemic in the Appalachians and the foster care system. And Demon is a wonderful character. He absolutely is. Right, book number 2. Right, where is it? I've got all these little notebooks. May, what did May bring me? 7 Seasons in Japan by Nick Bradley. This was a gentle read. It was warm, not overly sentimental, a book within a book, focusing on a couple of people, an American translator living in Japan, and telling the story of this Japanese couple as well, this grandmother and her grandson. And that's a nice, gentle read, a story of hopes and dreams, and it's also got cats. June, what did June bring me? June brought me Claire Keegan's Foster. Another tiny little book, but so much emotion in there. Set in rural Ireland, you've got a young girl sent to live with family friends, John and Edna Kinsella, and it's the relationship between them, how she grows when she's with them, and such an ambiguous ending that breaks your heart. Claire Keegan, so masterfully putting so much into so little. July, my book of the month in July was Max Porter's Grief is a Thing with Feathers. Another emotional read. I seem to, if you notice, a lot of my books of the month are the ones that get me just here, the real emotions. And This I listened to on audio, and it's a dad and two boys grieving for their wife and mother, and the idea of this crow coming into the household and being there, eating up death to try and bring life back to these three. Oh, another really emotional read. Such beautiful parts in this. You know, the part with spreading the ashes. Oh, I just sobbed. August. August, where's August gone? August is in this notebook. August. Will I find it? We moved on to the book along list. House of Doors. This was the one that if I was a Booker judge, this would have been my winner. Why it never made the shortlist, I don't know. But I'm not a judge. This one, it's a fictional account of when Somerset Maugham went to visit a couple in Penang, and it's the story of his fortnight there and all the secrets that he learns. And you have got story of a marriage, you've got secrets, and I was transported in this one. I loved the character of Leslie and her relationship with Somerset Maugham and how he enticed all the secrets from her. I thought it was amazing, and it should have won the Booker according to me. September. Where have we got in September? Let me turn the page. And it was another from the book along list, All the Little Bird Hearts by Victoria Lloyd Barlow. And this one, the character of Sunday, this autistic mother who would only eat white food, who her Bible was a book on etiquette and how to behave. I loved her. She was such a fantastic character. And the relationship with her neighbours, Vita and Rollo, and their relationship with Sunday's daughter. It was such, it got you, it really did, because you don't see the manipulation, and you see Victoria's take on the world, how she sees things, and how this need to be accepted. Vita accepts her and all her eccentricities, whereas Sunday's own mother didn't. And so Vita gives Sunday the acceptance that she's never had before, but at a price. Right, which was that? That was September, wasn't it? Well, September, right, October. What was my book of the month of October? Benjamin Myers, another Benjamin Myers. The Perfect Golden Circle. This was wonderful. Focuses on two guys who go around during the summer creating crop circles in fields. And it is such a gentle read as you go. Each chapter is a different crop circle, and the relationship between these two very different men, you can listen to them for hours. In fact, this is the sort of book you wish summer lasted forever, because you could have more and more chapters. But because it is set in summer, you know that it will end, and the book ends, and it creates a vision of a pastoral England. And I loved it. I mean, Benjamin Myers and Claire Foster have been my sort of almost breakthrough authors this year. November. What did I do in November? Things. We're back to Claire Keegan. And it was her short story collection, Walk the Blue Fields, and that was my book of November. And I loved all her short stories. Even in a short story, I mean, Foster was only that, and her short stories are even smaller. But even in her short stories, she puts so much into them. You have simple lives full of longing and misery, and it's raw at times. And this emotion in there, oh, she is just such a fantastic writer. And then we move on to this month, and my book of the month for this month, if you've already seen my video, was Joelle Taylor's The Night Alphabet, which comes out in February. And this was so inventive, with this woman covered in tattoos telling the story behind every tattoo, and all the different, there's such impact with each story. And it was such an inventive way of writing, and so poetic, because Joelle Taylor is a poet. It was lovely. So those are my 12 books of the year, for the year. But my book of the year, drum roll, Cuddy. Cuddy is my book of 2023, because I just loved the way that we start off with the monks and their journey as they're carrying Cuddy's bones to find a resting place. And then we move on to the story of a stonemason. And we move on to almost a little playlet with soldiers hiding in Durham Cathedral. And then we move on to like a memoir, a Victorian memoir of somebody recounting an episode when they are trying to take the bone, to reveal the bones, because of the legend that St Cuthbert never decomposed. And then on to modern times with a young lad helping with the restoration of parts of Durham Cathedral. I just loved the expanse of this novel. So my book of 2023 is Cuddy by Benjamin Myers. So I hope your 2023 was super, and I'd love to know what your book of 2023 was. So happy reading, take care,